smart, experienced people aren't stuck because they lack competence. They're stuck because they lead with what they do instead of what really matters. And the truth is, people don't care, okay? They don't care about Andrew. They don't care about Jack. You know what they care about, Andrew? They care about themselves. And that's the only thing that you got to figure out, okay? Once you can understand that people care about themselves and businesses care about themselves, the next issue is, how are you going to solve my problems, okay? And most people that are stuck never clearly articulate the end benefit. You know, what do you do that's unique, okay? And that unique end benefit is really the cost of entry. I mean, that gets you inside the door, all right? To actually get what you're worth, okay, you've got to go really a step further. And that step further, what I call, is added value. Okay, what are you going to do that nobody else is offering, okay? When you put those two things together, the added value and the end benefit, then your story's got, you know, relevance, it's authentic, it's memorable, okay? And that's where I come in. My added value, what I do for a living, is I see what other people miss. That's my differentiation. You know, I find that kernel of truth, that piece of gold that helps people finally answer the question, you know, why should somebody choose you versus anyone else? Nobody's really doing that. They don't really understand, you know, those components. You know, people that get overlooked, you know, they really need to understand. You can't tell people what you do. They need to understand why you do it, okay? So the two pieces of business that I have, as we spoke about earlier, one is Finding Next. That helps people that are stuck in their career. The second one is kind of what's called in marketing a flanker product, or purposeful aging, Finding Next Purposeful Aging. And what that is people that are lacking that life clarity, you know, people that are about to retire, and they basically say, okay, now that I'm retired, I've got to find what's next, okay, and beside my career, my title, now who am I? So that's really what I do, Andrew.
Most definitely. So, Jack, how do you define career alignment, and how does it differ from the usual follow your passion advice?
So career alignment is understanding two things. And this is the piece that I do that's very, very different than most people. Most people start with the CV. They start with the resume. Okay, you know, give me everything that you've done and, you know, how much percent increase have you achieved? The career alignment has to align with the person. Okay, it's the person first. And where I start, where nobody else starts, I ask a really, really tough question. And the question is, Andrew, what makes you you? It's not your CV. It's not your resume. Who are you as a person? Who are you as an individual? Because if the individual doesn't match up with the career aspirations, it's what I call registering tilt. Does that make sense?